All right, welcome back. Well, today we're talking about how to get as many laps possible out of those expensive brake rotors. So let's go. Well, if you track your car, such as I do, consumables such as tires and brakes can add up over time, especially when you're talking about 20-inch rolling stock on the 1LE here and the large 14.5-inch 6-piston front Brembos. So you want to make sure you can get all the usable life out of those, but doing that safely. So tires are one thing that you can see and monitor quite easily, but what about your brake pads or your brake rotors? And today we're going to be talking about brake rotors because I do have some wear on these brake rotors that I can see, but are they too thin for my next track day? So let's take a look. I'll bust a tire off and we'll do some measuring and I'll show you an easy way, a simple way to determine whether or not you've got enough rotor thickness for your next track day. So I'll just pop this front tire off. I'll bring you on in with the camera and we'll take a look at the wear on the rotor and how to make sure that's not too thin. All right, let's show you what I'm talking about here. So here you see the front brake rotor and there's a lip, quite a substantial lip. Maybe you can see it better this way, right here. So there's a reduction of thickness on these, which could potentially lead to warping when there's additional heat from racing, and I don't want that to happen. So there's a quick way to measure this, and I'll show you how I do that. All right, so there's a couple different ways you can measure the wear on a rotor. One of the ways is to grab yourself one of these. It's a digital caliper. These are super cheap. This is like 20 bucks or so. And you basically just go in and you measure the thickness of the rotor. However, because this rotor has quite a bit of wear, as you can see, the caliper doesn't have enough clearance in the jaws here to account for that additional wear. So they will not actually measure the thickness of the caliper. So there's something else that you could also grab. And that's a micrometer. So in this case, I'm using a 1 to 2 inch micrometer, but depending on the thickness of your rotors, there are 0 to 1 inch, of course the 1 to 2 inch, and then 2 to 3 inch sets. And I actually did get a set, another really cheap set here. You can get, no, they're not Mitutoyo, but they're just fine for this purpose. And this was about 67 bucks on Amazon. So you grab your micrometer and then you do a little bit of measurement and then we'll take a look at what that number shows. All right, here we go. So we've got our micrometer and we're going to want to use the ratchet stop here to make sure we're not applying too much pressure. Wiggle it around a little bit until it stops ratcheting. And then we got to read the number. So I got to get my head in here and try to read the increments here on the thimble. So let me do that and I'll show you the number. All right, so I got the wheel turned to make this a little bit easier to read the increments here on the micrometer. I got my glasses on because, you know, I'm going blind, so age will do that to you. So here we go. We're going to go and ratchet this down and do that in a couple spots. It shouldn't really matter too much, but I'm getting 2, nope, it's 1 to 2, so 1.249. 1.249, so I'll bring you on in here and show you what 1.249 looks like. There you go, 1.250 would be here, but it's just back, so it's 249. So 1.2490 basically. Okay, so we've established a thickness of 1.2490, but what does that really mean? Like, how do you know if that's good or bad? I mean, I can see there's a ridge or a lip or a lot of wear on the pad contact surfaces, but what does that mean? Am I good to go or do I need to replace these? Well, there's a really good, easy resource out there to show you what the discard thickness of the rotors are. So the discard thickness or the minimum thickness is what you really want to pay attention to. And while it should be on the back of the rotor is already on the car. I'm not going to pull off the caliper on the rotor just to check what the minimum or the discard thickness is. So I'm going to go to Rock Auto's website. Rock Auto does have all that information posted when you look up the brake rotors. So this car, when I go and find the brake rotor, the associated brake rotor on Rock Auto's website, or any vehicle out there, you're going to find out what the discard thickness is. And I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so here I am on Rock Auto's website. I put in the part number of my front rotors, and here they are. They show up. And if you scroll down in the listing, GM Genuine, blah, 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 you can see right here, discard thickness 1.26 inches. So 1.260, I had 1.249. So I'm below the discard thickness of these. So that means any type of heat that's put into these rotors, there's a big possibility that they're going to warp. So what that means is I was a bad boy and I went beyond the discard thickness of these front rotors. Luckily, the last few events I did were not super high-speed events. They were just sort of autocross, track cross things, so I wasn't going and using the brakes that much. But I would not go and do a track day on a brake rotor that is below the discard thickness. And as a matter of fact, I wouldn't go and do a track day on a brake rotor necessarily that was 50% above the discard thickness. So just like pads, when you go and do a track event, they say in the regulations and the rules to have minimum 50% pad life remaining. Well, I would apply the same to your brake rotor to have 50% of your rotor thickness remaining, because as you know, some of these really aggressive track pads, they can wear your rotor. So what does that mean for me? It means I should look at some sort of brake cooling in here. Maybe the Blackwing air deflectors in the front might improve some of the cooling. And I'm going to have to go buy some new brake rotors, which means I might have to sell both these arms because they are definitely not cheap. All right, well, thanks for watching this really short video and tuning in. I hope you learned a little bit about how to accurately measure and determine how much life you have left on your brake rotors so you can maximize every single lap. And if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard, and please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, racing related, car repair related. That's what it's all about here in the 604 Garage. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye for now.